fastest growing fields, you belong at Bryant and Stratton College, the one college where you can really shine. Call now for more information.
And what's in store for next year in high tech?
It was the #1 movie 3 weeks in a row. Millions of people worldwide have followed the clues.
What do you see?
There's more to the riddle. Have you discovered the treasure?
I found something!
National Treasure, rated PG, now playing.
Ring in the new year with new furniture from Sofa Express, where you'll find factory direct sale prices throughout the store. Save 50% on all lamps, pictures, and accessories. Plus, there's free financing till 2008. Discover the furniture that's perfect for you and have it delivered the very next day. Store-wide savings and free financing till 2008. The New Year's sale now through Monday only at Sofa Express. Here today, home tomorrow.
During Kaufman's Mega After Christmas Sale and Clearance today only. Earn $10 reward cards with every $50 sale or clearance purchase. Get mega clearance savings of 50 to 75% store-wide. Save on sportswear clearance for him and her. Coats, shoes and boots, and comforters. Plus, the biggest denim sale of the year is in full swing. Save more store-wide when you use your extra 20% off savings pass. The Mega After Christmas Sale and Clearance, right now at Kaufman's.
You're watching Cleveland CBS 19. You're watching Cleveland CBS 19. Live. Everywhere news is breaking. 19 Action News, first at 4, starts now.
It's more than just a bruise. King James goes down hard. The Cavaliers star takes an elbow to the eye. Doctors now say he broke a bone in his face, and LeBron looks like he's hurting. The team says James broke his left cheekbone.
And today, of course, LeBron's 20th birthday. Not much reason to celebrate for him or fans, for that matter. 19 Action News sports anchor Chuck Coletti alongside now with more on LeBron's injury.
Well, I'll tell you, some guys on their 20th birthday get iPods or subscriptions to Maxim. LeBron got a broken face. Now, I'm not a doctor, but that's basically what happened last night at the gun. Now, earlier in the year, on November 29th, Cavalier fans held their breath when James was poked in the eye during a game with the Clippers. Last night, when Dikembe Mutombo hit James in the left eye with an elbow, Cavs fans almost suffocated as the King laid on the court in obvious pain. Now, today, doctors are saying James fractured his left cheekbone and got a mild concussion. LeBron also told Coach Paul Silas he did lose consciousness after being hit. Now, for Mutombo, the 7'2" center, who has been known to drop some players in the past with his sharp elbows, many want to call him public enemy #1. But this time, Dikembe's elbow was just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
I hit him or he ran into me. What is it? I don't know. Feel bad for the fact that he didn't have to finish the game, because he's just a wonderful basketball player. And we need kids like that to compete.
Well, there you go. He didn't mean to hit him, but James could get one of those masks now. He's going to be wearing the mask with the Phantom of the Gun.
There you go.
There you go.
Dikembe needs a lozenge.
You think so?
Yeah.
Monster.
Well, I'll tell you, you talk about a weird sound. You could almost hear the collective gasp from the fans when LeBron hit the hardwood.
Oh, yeah, scary scene for sure. A plastic surgeon is now talking about the injury. First at 4, 19 Action News reporter Jonathan Carter continues our team coverage on LeBron's injury. What you got, Jonathan?
Well, I tell you what, Lena, last night Cavs fans did indeed hold their collective breaths when LeBron went down. And you know what? It was a good idea because, you know what? The air was sucked out of the gun when the King was crowned. It was the bow heard round the Cavs nation. Houston's Dikembe Mutombo clocking LeBron James in the face with an errant elbow in last night's loss to the Rockets. Tests today revealed his maxillary sinus is broken. His what?
Likely what happened is there is a fracture involved more than just the anterior part of the maxillary sinus. The anterior wall of this sinus, it probably involved, like I said, a little bit of the zygoma, and may have involved the floor of the orbit and other parts of the orbit.
Okay, so now at some point he'll be fitted with a mask to protect his face when he returns to the court. Teammate Zydrunas Ilgauskas knows just what LeBron will go through because he had to wear one.
You know, it took me about a week or 2 weeks to really get used to it, and you still hate it, and it's uncomfortable, but you know, there's really no other choice. So once you know, practice is more uncomfortable. I guess once you get into the game, you kind of tend to forget about it. But
Now, it's not often you have get well cards mixed in with birthday cards, but that's the reality of the situation. Now, here's the deal. Cavs fans know their team can win without LeBron for a while, but they'd rather not have the team prove it. Live at the gun, Jonathan Carter, 19 Action News.
All right,
Amen.
Thanks, Jonathan. Well, of course, we'll keep you posted on how LeBron is doing. But right now, a winter warm-up is on the way for the new year.
Let's get right to it. 19 Action News meteorologist Jeff Tanchak here now with your first weather.
Yeah, already taking place, but you know the heart of the warm air is yet to come. That arrives tonight. The warm front is now in Ohio, courtesy of, again, that warmer push of air and this big pattern change that we're seeing. Dominion dual Doppler radar, not much happening as far as rain is concerned. Little blip there south of Toledo, could be a light shower, but basically we are dry. There is some fog now developing areas south and west of Cleveland, especially as that warm front comes through. That could be a problem at least early this evening with some areas of dense fog early on. Let's go to the graphics, though. Current temperatures, we're in the 40s, near 50 degrees right now in Euclid, and 38 Medina, where we do have some fog forming there, 43 Elyria. Now, as for the flooding, I'm going to hit on this pretty good with this weather hit anyway. The Chagrin River, current stage holding steady at 8.2. The flood stage is at 11. The snow melt is causing a slow rise, and we still have some ice jamming being reported near the Highway 2 overpass, but you really need a good shot of rain to get that serious flooding going, and we do have rain in the forecast, so the details on that coming up throughout the next, we're on for 2.5 hours, baby. Live from the Storm Center, first at 4, meteorologist Jeff Tanchak, 19 Action News.
Thank you, Jeff. Along with those warmer temps, of course, the fear of flooding continues, as Jeff mentioned, for people who live along the banks of the Chagrin.
Yeah, one place always worrying about that is East Lake. That's where 19 Action News senior correspondent Matt Stevens is standing by live with the latest. Matt.
Yeah, it's warm here today. In fact, the sun even peeked through the clouds for a little while today. The river still frozen here, but it is thinning. Let's see if we can make a splash. Yeah, it's going to be moving by tomorrow. If today isn't the last day for sledding, tomorrow will be. And with temperatures heading into the 50s, the melting snow will force the Chagrin higher. But how much higher?
If it rains, this could get messy.
Ron Skufka, one of many who came to Daniels Park in Willoughby today. Some to fish for steelhead, but most to stare at the ice jam the National Weather Service says is causing the river to rise.
Looks like it's only about 3 feet below the wall. That's it. So it's usually way down there.
Upriver, it's a free flow, but that doesn't mean there's no fear. Jesse Faree was only 2 the last time the river overflowed into his family's home. But he's heard the stories. He knows the river's potential.
It could be serious because it's supposed to rain a lot this week.
Time for you guys to take a little trip or something?
Yeah, probably over to my uncle's house or my mom's.
I remember it very well.
Neighbor Ann Pasolya's basement was flooded to the ceiling back in '78.
As soon as I walked into the house, the fire department knocked on the door to tell us to leave immediately.
78 and 94, the last 2 major floods along the Chagrin. 2004, we'll know in a few days. Live in East Lake, Matt Stevens, 19 Action News.
Keep it right here. Stay tuned to 19 Action News at 5 and 6 for more continuing coverage on Flood Watch. Well, Traffic Watch, of course, that's Rick Abel's report.
Yeah, Rick Abel, Airborne, what you got?
Well, ma'am, we're down here checking out 77 and 480 in Independence. We're not spotting any problems down in here now. We had a semi-tractor trailer that got nudged or did nudge a RTA bus. They've sorted that all out, and traffic's getting through it pretty good. Outbound East Shoreway does not present a problem for you. That's good. I-90 running out towards the west is dealing with you okay. All of 271 is good. I'm Rick Abel, 19 Action News.
Thank you, Rick. New details now on baby Aiden Stein, the little boy in a coma since March.
Aiden, brain damage, diagnosed with shaken baby syndrome. Now the Ohio Supreme Court with a life or death decision. 19 Action News reporter Denise Strelzik has the latest developments.
You're looking at pictures of a baby that appeared as healthy as any other. That is, until Aiden Stein's father says he stopped breathing after choking on a bottle.
I got up, because I was finished by this time. I got up, I got over to him, He wasn't conscious. He was like a wet noodle.
That happened back in March. Aiden's been mostly brain dead on life support ever since. His legal guardian, attorney Ellen Kafori in Children's Hospital in Akron, has asked the court to take him off life support. But now the Ohio State Supreme Court has ruled the baby will be kept alive, even though doctors say there's no hope of recovery.
They haven't proved me or Erica unfit, you know, so I don't understand why it's still not our decision. It just makes no sense to me.
And in the end, the Supreme Court decided a child's guardian cannot make a life or death decision unless the parent's legal rights have been terminated. And so far, that hasn't happened, even though police do suspect Aiden's father shook him. For now, Aiden is still on life support at Akron's Children's Hospital. Even though police suspect his father put him there, Matthew Stein has never been charged. From the newsroom, Denise Strelzik, 19 Action News.
Now that the state Supreme Court has made its decision, baby Aiden will probably go from Akron Children's Hospital to a nursing home or to a foster family who is specially trained to care for a child on life support. Big scare at the Mayfield Heights post office today. The place evacuated. Workers and customers forced out as a precaution after a big popping noise. Well, turns out it was a tire on a mail cart that blew. Everyone back in the building right now, and everything is back to normal.
A small plane goes down in Morrow County, north of Columbus, killing 3 people. A witness says the pilot was trying to land but came in too fast and crashed on the runway. The pilot apparently got disoriented when the weather changed suddenly after takeoff, reducing his visibility. The latest now on that tsunami disaster, the death toll now more than 120,000 people. It's just so hard to imagine. That's like filling the Gund Arena 6 times over.
The pictures are just incredible. $500 million, that's $500 million pledged in relief and other help right now. More and more is needed. Plus, a new tsunami warning sends people running in panic. 19 Action News correspondent Susan Roberts in Washington now with the latest on the tsunami disaster.
Relief supplies are reaching the airports but are slow to reach the areas that need help the most. Officials say the lack of vehicles, gasoline, and usable roads is hampering the relief efforts.
The threat of another deadly wave sent people running. Today, the Indian government issued a new tsunami warning when aftershocks rattled the region. The death toll from Sunday's earthquake and tsunami waves multiplies daily. In Indonesia, workers have yet to reach the hardest hit areas, but the view from the air shows entire villages ripped apart. Military planes dropped some food to survivors, but relief agencies are struggling to deliver supplies streaming into the country.
Actually getting that aid from those airports into the people who need them, that is causing us the greatest amount of problems.
U.S. teams are arriving in South Asia to assess the magnitude of the destruction.
We'll relay that information back to our Joint Task Force commander, and we'll tailor a relief package here to support the Sri Lankan people.
In Sri Lanka, there are already reports of measles and diarrhea, raising fears about the onslaught of a deadly epidemic. In Thailand, international teams are helping with that country's largest ever relief and rescue operation. The prime minister feared the death toll there could climb to 7,000. Tourists continue to hold out hope loved ones are still alive.
You have to remain positive. Miracles do happen.
The U.S. State Department is urging Americans in the region to call home and let their families know that they are okay.
President Bush has spoken with the leaders of the worst-hit countries and has announced an international coalition which will coordinate relief and reconstruction efforts. In Washington, I'm Susan Roberts. Now back to you.
All right, thank you, Susan. We're just getting started here on 19 Action News. First at 4, a woman and her husband lie to their friends and their insurance companies about her illness and really cash in.
Just in time for New Year's Eve, Cleveland police with no working breathalyzers. But guess what? They're asking people to urinate in a cup to prove they're not drunk.
And in a somewhat related story, we're checking out the latest in hangover relief. And 19 Action News telling you this, once and only once, please, no boozing and cruising. We really don't want to put you on 19 Action News.
You're watching 19 Action News. Live Dominion Dual Doppler is so precise, it can detect multiple layers of snow. And with 250,000 watts of power, has the ability to track snow hundreds of miles away, giving you time to prepare. Live Dominion Dual Doppler radar. Powerful, precise snow coverage.
Josh is going to college. We've got it all covered. Soon, Josh will be on his way. Jane's really excited. 4 years of peace and quiet, I guess. The solution is Key.
Need extra cash for home improvements, debt consolidation, even education expenses? Key Bank can help with a home equity loan or line of credit. Call 1-888-KEY-1234 for our great low rates. Key, achieve anything.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Ready for Axelrod Pontiac?
Come to our Red Tag clearance sale. Our entire inventory is clearly marked with our lowest prices of the year. Brand new Grand Ams from $14,995 or take $7,200 off all remaining new GTOs. If you're in the market for a new car, you can't afford to miss this sale. We're at Brook Park and Pearl, just off I-480.
Are you ready? Ready for Axelrod Pontiac?
If you lined up the millions who've discovered the amazing relief of Prilosec OTC, they'd stretch from San Francisco
to Times Square.
It's the #1 selling OTC heartburn medicine.
Psst, listen to this. For 5 days only, the Sunnyside Automotive Group is out to break all records. Test drive any new or used car and register to win $5,000 in cash. Plus, receive a free color TV with every purchase. Over 2,000 cars in stock and savings up to $15,000 this week at Sunnyside. Plus, shop during our extended hours. Sale ends Friday, so hurry to Sunnyside Toyota, Scion, and Saturn of North Olmsted, or Sunnyside Honda, Audi, Porsche, and Saturn of Middleburg Heights. Sunnyside, why go anywhere else?
Let's get inside. Amber Fry. More surprises from inside the pages of her Scott Peterson tell-all. Then, inside Hollywood's backroom plastic surgery. Plus, more wedding catastrophes caught on tape. Next Insider.
Tonight at 7 on Cleveland's CBS 19.
All right, meteorologist Jeff Tanchak here in the Storm Center watching a warm front cruising into western Ohio right now. Let's go to the graphics. Here it is. Behind this front, okay, remember, front is what? Separation of two air masses, and boy, are we going to change the air mass up tonight. Now, what we're getting right along the front, all right, observation stations reporting some pretty thick fog, some dense fog, places like Mansfield, Marion. So what might happen is as this warm front moves through, we could see a period of some dense fog, and then the wind will pick up, really pick up, as a matter of fact, later on tonight, and then the fog will, pretty much lift. And then here comes the warmer air. Not much rain with the front. We're getting some returns there out to the west, maybe a spritz or two. That's about it. But look at the temperature, Indianapolis. This is what I'm talking about. 53 degrees, and that air is moving our way. So we're expecting a rise in temperature this evening, and the wind gets strong, especially by tomorrow morning. And boy, we're going to be looking at temperatures spring-like around here. All the details coming up. Live from the Storm Center, meteorologist Jeff Tanchak, 19 Action News.
Thank you, Jeff. A prostitution ring operating out of the back of a hot dog stand, and a neighborhood evacuated in Philadelphia. But first, a plane evacuation at LAX. Here's your American agenda first at 4. LA and Alaska Airlines jet evacuated after a passenger on board just goes nuts. The airline isn't exactly saying what happened on board the plane, but airport cops nabbed the guy. Looks like they pinned him down, put him in the back of the patrol car where witnesses say he was jumping all around. New Mexico, the pilot of a small plane dead after crashing just short of the airport in Gallup. The tower says he radioed in that one of his engines had failed. He was trying to double back to make a landing. Investigators say high winds combined with the loss of that engine may have caused the accident. Louisiana, cops charged a married couple with fraud for a fake cancer scam. Detectives say Tony and Tina Larry pretended Tina had a brain tumor. They collected tens of thousands of dollars in donations and phony insurance claims. The feds trying to figure out where's the money.
Long Island, New York. Turns out a hot dog stand on Long Island was selling just a little bit more than lunch. Cops call it a prostitution ring on wheels. Two women promising double delicious, sexy strip shows. The truck was fully loaded with a couch in the back where the ladies sold services not listed on that menu. Philadelphia now a huge church fire on the city's west side. No one hurt here, but the flames spread to nearby homes, so cops evacuated the whole neighborhood. The Red Cross is putting people up in nearby shelters. Investigators now trying to figure out how it started. This is just amazing.
Yeah.
An American couple is telling how they survived the tsunami because they were underneath it.
I mean, it's like a Twilight Zone episode. Just picture it. They were scuba diving in Thailand when the killer wave passes right over them. 19 Action News correspondent Miguel Marquez has their story.
A family's joy. A father and son reunited. Faylinda Wax and her husband Gene Kim back home after they literally rode a tsunami.
It was a pull down, but it also whited out at the same time, so it was really scary.
It was just totally milky. You couldn't see anything at all, and I'm not sure what it was. It was probably the current ripping through.
The husband and wife were diving 12 kilometers, about 7 miles off Thailand's Phi Phi Islands. They were at a shipwreck 20 meters, about 65 feet under the Andaman Sea when the tsunami swept past them.
We were sucked down to 40 meters very quickly.
I was getting tossed around. I bumped up a couple times against the wreck itself and swam up as hard as I could, looked at my gauge, and I was still dropping.
Their attempt to surface by inflating their life vests thwarted by the massive current of water racing toward Thailand's shore.
This is the first time I had to do an emergency ascent.
Yeah.
Under unusual and harsh circumstances, so it was terrifying.
Kim got separated from the others and eventually found a dive buoy and a rope. The rope became his lifeline.
It was just unbelievably lucky for us to have been in the water when we were there.
Still, they didn't know they had just survived a tsunami, so they changed locations and went for another dive. But the currents were so strong they called it a day. Only then did the gruesome reality reveal itself.
I saw piles of bodies, both Thai and foreigners who'd come to the island.
Their room and all their belongings swept out to sea. The duo helped rescue and care for the injured. 90 hours later, they made it home. Maybe the best homecoming ever. Miguel Marquez, CNN, Los Angeles.
Just unreal. A 28-year-old Nebraska man was also scuba diving when the big wave hit. His family just found out that he, too, is safe.
That is just amazing.
Yeah, I mean, surfacing and then seeing that damage after what they went through.
Yeah,
wow.
Absolutely incredible. All right, Rick Abel, airborne right now. To look at the traffic. How's it looking?
Yes, ma'am. What we're showing you is the belly of the beast, the Chopper 19 Action News Chopper. We're going to swing her down here real quick and show you the outbound East Shoreway. Those are these headlights that are coming at you right now, out towards 185th. No sign of any trouble. The Interbelt southbound is annoying from right around Superior, around past Ontario. There was a broken down in there, but they got him on the hook and dragged him out. I'm Rick Abel, 19 Action News.
You're watching 19 Action News. 19 Action News is brought to you by the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail.
This holiday season, the big screen comes to life with a new American classic. Now the whole family can enjoy the one true gift that gives the joy of endless possibilities. The all-new Ford Freestyle. And now during the year-end celebration, you can get a great deal on any new Ford Freestyle. Don't miss it during the year-end celebration. Now playing at your local Ford store.
A toy without batteries. A computer without Adelphia high speed. The right power matters. Power up your computer with high speed. Gamers, get the online advantage. Watch as Adelphia turns your computer into a superhero. Call 1-888-822-FAST and get high-speed internet for just $26.95 a month for 6 months. Plus, get a free easy self-installation kit. Call today. This offer won't last. Happy holidays, delivered by Adelphia.
Since 1904, no matter what kind of car you're looking for, you can find it at your Spitzer Auto Store. And this week, every Spitzer Auto Store is holding their year-end clearance sale, offering you the biggest discounts of the year. So don't wait. Don't even hesitate. Take advantage of huge factory rebates and the biggest Spitzer discounts of the year, only at your local Spitzer Auto Store.
FitWorks Fitness Center is turning your TV into a coupon. Simply bring this coupon into a FitWorks club near you today to get started with the no enrollment fee special. Visit any of these FitWorks locations and start getting fit right away. And if you don't quite have enough energy to lug in your TV, just remember this password instead. FitWorks, real workouts for real people and real savings too.
Happy holidays from Cleveland's newest Acura store, the all-new Acura of Cleveland. Choose from the area's best selection of new Acuras. Lease a new 05 Acura RSX for $199 a month, or a new 05 Acura MDX, $399 a month. Plus, we have a great selection of quality pre-owned at Cleveland's newest Acura store, the all-new Acura of Cleveland, right off 480 on Brook Park Road.
The customer first every day, every way at Acura of Cleveland.
All right, meteorologist Jeff Tanchak back with you. Basically what we're dealing with here is we have two systems coming at us here, let's say right through Sunday. All right, the first one won't give us much rain, and that's good, okay, for the flooding concerns. But the second one, that'll be a different story. Currently, Dominion dual Doppler radar not indicating much. Here's what I'm talking about. This system that's coming at us tomorrow, the cold front, you see a little bit of rain there, Kalamazoo over into Indiana, but not much out to the west. All right, I think most of the dynamics will stay away from us. But I'll give you all the details coming up in my main weather segment here. Live from the Storm Center, meteorologist Jeff Tanchak, 19 Action News.
Thanks, Jeff. Not a bad forecast for the holiday weekend. Many people traveling for the new year.
And they are all hopeful that there won't be a repeat of that Christmas confusion that clogged so many airports. Live at 4 now, 19 Action News reporter Dawn Kendrick checking things out at Hopkins.
Yeah, hi guys. What a difference a week makes, huh? Look at this. Everybody just look and enjoy. Passengers moving, luggage moving, things not chaotic here whatsoever, and people not complaining for a change. Isn't that nice? Now, if you were trapped here last week, we hate to remind you again, but take a look. This was the scene. Last week, Christmas weekend, not good. Not here, not anywhere, really. 400 flights were told at least canceled or delayed here at Hopkins. But we, every once in a while, get to be the bearer of good news. And that's what we're doing today. Things are looking good. If you're lucky enough to be getting out of town to do something fun for New Year's Eve, happy New Year's Eve, and should be safe travels. Smooth sailing from here. I'm Dawn Kendrick reporting live from Hopkins, 19 Action News.
Another suicide bomber surprises American troops, injuring 15 soldiers. Here's your world report first at 4. Mosul, Iraq, 25 rebel fighters dead in hot fighting with U.S. forces, 15 American soldiers hurt. Witnesses say this battle started when a suicide bomber blew up a fuel truck outside a home that was being used by U.S. troops as a combat outpost. Saudi Arabia now. Police are hunting for suspects after rebels bombed 2 security headquarters. Investigators say it's the latest blow by al-Qaeda militants against the Saudi royal family. Police have sealed off streets, and they're using helicopters to look for the bombers. The Gaza Strip, 2 Palestinian fighters and an 18-year-old man killed by an Israeli missile, 6 other Palestinians hurt. Israel says it was a raid to root out militants who fired bombs and rockets at nearby Jewish settlements.
Jerusalem now. Cops say several dealers forged biblical artifacts. They're warning museums and collectors around the world they're supposedly priceless stuff, but could be fake. The most notorious case involves an ancient burial box that was supposed to have contained the bones of Jesus' brother James. Canada finds what could be the country's 2nd case of mad cow disease. The announcement comes just a day after the U.S. said it was planning to lift a ban on Canadian beef. That was put into place after the first confirmed case. More tests are being done on the affected cow. Cuba is celebrating tonight. They just hit the 2 million mark for tourists this year. Hey, it's a big deal since the number of U.S. tourists was cut in half when President Bush eliminated most loopholes allowing them to visit. Cuba turned to tourism after its economy tanked.
I could use a cup of Cafe Cubano right about now, couldn't you?
Could use some warm weather.
Yes, yeah. Coming up on 19 Action News, first at 4, it seems 4 Parma police officers voted twice in November.
First, an overtime scandal. Now, a voter fraud investigation. This is Paul Orlowski. It all involves the Parma cops. We'll have details coming up on 19 Action News.
Hey, are you planning on whooping it up for New Year's Eve? What about that hangover? Have you thought about that? Well, never fear. Apparently, the hangover prevention formula is here. I'm Dawn Kendrick, and I'll have that story for you coming up.
All right, let's look at the KeyBank Tower cam, and I believe this is the Reserve Square one that we have here. Hazy, cloud, looks cold, but really we're in the 40s. We could be averaging 20 degrees above average on the 7-day. We have a couple temperatures like that. All the details coming up.
You're watching 19.
See why CBS Thursday is America's best night of television.
I hate Mom and Dad.
You think we had something to do with this?
CSI, then.
Louisa! Louisa!
I need to know exactly what happened that night.
I think you ought to see this.
Somebody knows more than what they're saying.
The most intense episode of the year.
Somebody help me!
without a trace after CSI CBS Tonight.
19 Action News is brought to you by Dominion. It all starts here.
It's big, it's here, and it's better than ever. Toyotathon 05. This huge year-end event is on with a big selection and great values on your favorite Toyota SUVs. Like Highlander. Now get a new 05 Highlander with 3.9 financing for 60 months or $500 cash back. Or lease a new Highlander for just $259 a month for 36 months with only $15.99 due at signing. Toyotathon 05. Quality, selection, value. Now that's moving you forward.
Ring in the new year with new furniture from Sofa Express, where you'll find factory direct sale prices throughout the store. Save 50% on all lamps, pictures, and accessories. Plus, there's free financing till 2008. Discover the furniture that's perfect for you and have it delivered the very next day. Store-wide savings and free financing till 2008. The New Year's sale now through Monday only at Sofa Express. Here today, home tomorrow.
Tap into better water with Connecticut.
On our projects, when it comes to water, we don't use unreliable gadgets, bottled water, old-fashioned water softeners, or filters. We use Connecticut total water systems to protect plumbing, appliances, and drinking water quality. Connecticut's state-of-the-art uses no electricity, and it can save you a lot of money. Call Connecticut today. Your family deserves it.
Tap into better water with Connecticut.
This is the big one. Used cars only $9.95. Used cars as low as $99 a month. No payments until June 2005 on used cars. Over 400 used vehicles must be liquidated. The Norris stores in Middlebury Heights, Tropical Medina, and Lodi have the year's biggest used car sale. Over 400 used cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. The Norris I-71 Connection is the only place to buy. This week only at the Norris Auto Group I-71 Connection, where selection, savings, and value are why you always get the best of us. It doesn't get much bigger than this.
Yes, you're ready. Ready to go?
Snow melt has started. This is the second day in a row where I didn't wear a jacket today. I don't recommend that. Remember,
just don't bring out the flip-flops, okay?
No, that's next. Wait until tomorrow. But no, I don't recommend that. Remember, I'm a professional. But it's certainly warm out there. I'll tell you, might as well be 70 because, you know, that's what it feels, you know, compared to what we've been seeing around here. 45, that's why weather's all relative. It's all relative. You know, you take this air mass, you put it in the month of September, and everyone's, you know, walking around with double jackets on. This, you know, you get 40s this time of year, and hey, all right, let's party. 45 degrees downtown, south wind, and that's key. But the warm front, all right, it's coming through a western part of Ohio right now, and that's where the bigger push of warm air begins. 44 Akron. Here you go, 42 Cleveland. 53 Indianapolis. This is what I'm talking about. Warm front situated right here. In fact, here it is on the map. And notice the tightly packed isobars, lines of equal pressure indicating strong winds. This is the cold front. So warm sector of air right here, guys. What we're getting right along this warm front is some pretty dense fog right now, extending from Marion to about Findlay the last hour. So I'm thinking as this warm front comes through, don't be surprised if we see a couple hours of some fog, and then once the stronger winds kick in, the fog will dissipate or the visibility will improve. 45 to high 32, the early morning low temperature. We've been rising. We did rise overnight, like I said. But not much rain with this first system. We are seeing a line of showers extending here in Indiana, but this is the overall pattern coming up the next several days here. We're talking right through the weekend, even into next week. And this is the pattern that we were in month of November. Remember that? Saw hardly any snow. And I think we're kind of getting into that similar, but now I don't, you know, that doesn't mean we're not going to see any snow in the month of January. I'm just talking about we're going to start out the month that way. Southwest flow, all of the systems coming up from the southwest, so you know it's not going to contain Arctic air. All right, even once these cold fronts move through, all right, not much in the way of, you know, Arctic air behind it. In fact, tomorrow, after just a little bit of early morning rain, not expecting much, it's going to be windy, and then I think we'll see some afternoon clearing. As we dry slap behind this behind the cold front, but only a trace to a tenth of an inch is what we're expecting. Heaviest rain will be to the northwest of us, but the one that's coming in on Sunday, all right, that one will contain a little bigger punch. So we're thinking best chance for flooding will come next week, all right, late in the weekend and then into next week. That's when the concern will be there. So some early fog this evening, turning breezy, isolated showers This will be the midnight low, 50. We're going to go up in temperature, I think, again overnight. And we're still calling for well into the 50s, possibly a few areas coming close to 60 degrees tomorrow. Very windy, 17 to 34 mile per hour winds, and just a few morning showers around. The rain will not be a problem tomorrow. 55 to 59 Akron, Canton, you'll go up in temperature overnight, and some afternoon sun. Peeking through. Now, the first cold front comes through, will drop only into the upper 30s on Saturday, 45 on for a high on Saturday. And as that wind turns north, it'll turn colder, you know, coming off that colder Lake Erie. But then we shoot right back up on Sunday, and there's the potential for flooding, all right? Sunday into Monday, there's another system coming in here Tuesday into Wednesday, and that's going to warm us up. It looks like the end of next week is when we'll get into some progressively colder temperatures, but we're talking rain for the most part the next 7 days.
That snow is going to go.
Snow's going to go, and flooding potential is going to go up, I think, next week. Rick Gable, 19 Action News Chopper.
Howdy, Jeff. We've got the chopper right over Mayfield Road, and we're looking over here towards the beautiful little hamlet of Gates Mills, looking at the Chagrin River. Right here, it's flowing very, very nicely, but as we pull the camera back, you can see all this snow cover, all this junk's got to melt. All of 271 on the east side, good. 90 out to 306, good. And Route 2 over the Chagrin River, good. I'm Rick Abel, 19 Action News.
Thank you, Rick. As the new year approaches, drunk drivers in Cleveland may have the upper hand if stopped by police.
The investigator, Tom Meyer, uncovering obstacles to enforcing the law in this 19 Action News exclusive.
Turn around, face the car. You're under arrest.
Cleveland police arrest a suspected drunk driver and want to test her blood alcohol on a breathalyzer machine. Trouble is, they don't have one that works.
So now what? Well, a dispatcher arranges for police to use a similar machine here at Cleveland State University.
And that's not all. Cleveland has to provide a test administrator, a second car, and 2 extra cops to transport the suspect.
Get out right now! You move, I'll bust your head wide open.
That's one of the problems we're working on, and again, that would be our preference to have each a working intoxilizer in each district.
2 breathalyzers have been out of service for more than a year. A year!
The city is just about to enter into a service contract with a vendor to fix the broken machines.
It's about time. Defense attorneys taking a shot at Cleveland, saying a functioning breathalyzer helps both police and the accused.
Sometimes a breathalyzer can clear someone quickly and effectively, and thus prove that someone is innocent.
Cleveland cops complained to 19 Action News that without working breathalyzers, they're asking more and more folks to give them a urine sample.
You're basically having to urinate in front of a whole bunch of strangers, regardless of your gender, regardless of the people that are taking it. And it's degrading and it's unfair.
Police brass claim the enforcement of drunk driving laws is a high priority. They have a funny way of showing it, especially when 2 of their broken breathalyzers haven't been repaired for more than a year. Tom Meyer, 19 Action News.
19 Action News taking a look now at some of the top stories making headlines here in Northeast Ohio. First at 4. Ohio Supreme Court today said that baby Aiden Stein must stay on life support. The 1-year-old's been on the machine since March. Doctors say he has shaken baby syndrome, and cops suggest his dad, Matthew Stein, they could charge him with the murder if Aiden dies. LeBron James could be back on the hardwood Monday. He'll have to wear a mask to protect his broken bone in his face. Don't ask me to say exactly what bites, you know, that I can't. He was accidentally elbowed by Houston Senator Dikembe Mutombo. I can say that in last night's game. This is King James' 20th birthday. Happy birthday, LeBron. He's resting at home.
Cleveland Hopkins Airport bracing for a travel rush this New Year's weekend, but it should be smooth sailing. No snow in the forecast, and hey, Comair just went back to its normal flight schedule yesterday. A computer failure forced the airline to cancel all its flights on Christmas Day. People along the Chagrin River are keeping a close eye on the water level. Those warmer temperatures are melting tons of snow and ice all around Northeast Ohio. The runoff combined with an ice jam could cause some big flooding. More trouble brewing in the Parma Police Department. 19 Action News has learned that several officers could be in hot water.
Now, this all has to do with voting irregularities, and the officers may have played a big role. Now at 4, 19 Action News reporter Paul Orlowski live in our newsroom with the exclusive details.
David, voter fraud, that's what the story is all about. Amazingly, it's the Parma police officers who are being looked at as the bad guys in this one. What it's suspected they've done is, well, it's just stupid. See if you disagree. It's a story only talked about in whispers, a Sheriff's Department investigation of Parma police officers' voting records. They're looking for proof that officers who lived outside the city registered to vote in Parma. Why is unknown, but a levy to pay for safety services was on the November ballot. Here's what we've learned. 4 officers are involved. All live in Strongsville, but voted in Parma. Voter fraud is the charge they could face if the allegations are proven. It is a felony. The officers could go to jail and definitely would be kicked off the force and couldn't work as police officers ever again. Obviously, not a lot of thought went into this harebrained scheme. We've learned that one of the officers actually used the address of Parma City Hall to register to vote here. We don't know the officer's name, but boy, let's hope he's not a detective. The new investigation comes on the heels of a massive overtime scandal in Parma. A dozen officers, including the former chief, have been implicated in an overtime padding scheme.
I'm glad to say today that that was then, and this is now.
Then and now, new Mayor Dean DePiro pledges it's a new day in Parma. His house cleaning seems to include a broom that sweeps clean.
There was vast mismanagement from the top on down, that there was some wrongdoing by police officers, that taxpayers' money was wasted and misspent.
So how did investigators get onto this case? Wait till you hear this one. They did it much the same way cops might in any other case. One of the cops shot his mouth off at a polling place on Election Day. Somebody overheard it. That started the wheels rolling in the investigation that's now underway. Reporting live, Paul Orlowski, 19 Action News.
It's always something.
Yeah, loose lips. We'll be right back.
You're watching 19 Action News. 2004, the year of 19 Action News.
This is anything but normal.
Everyone's talking about it. Are you ready for it?
Explosive.
We nailed it.
Don't touch my hand, sir.
Breathtaking.
Really bad out here.
Answer the question.
The drama never stops.
Groundbreaking.
No turning back now.
Don't get rough with me.
Can I finish?
Clean up.
Over 100,000 Clevelanders made the switch to 19 Action News in 2004. Think we're done?
Not on your life.
Far from over.
Just watch in 2005.
Happy holidays from Cleveland's newest Acura store, the all-new Acura of Cleveland. Choose from the area's best selection of new Acuras. Lease a new 05 Acura RSX for $199 a month, or a new 05 Acura MDX, $399 a month. Plus, we have a great selection of quality pre-owned at Cleveland's newest Acura store, the all-new Acura of Cleveland, right off 480 on Brook Park Road.
The customer first every day, every way at Acura of Cleveland.
When it comes to preventing heart attacks, nobody knows more than doctors. So which brand of aspirin do doctors take to protect their own hearts? They take Bayer more than any other brand. Doctors know if you're at increased risk of a heart attack, Bayer low dose can significantly reduce your risk. Aspirin is not appropriate for everyone, so be sure to talk to your doctor before you begin an aspirin regimen. And remember, no other brand prevents more heart attacks than Bayer. The more you know, the more you trust Bayer.
Who doesn't enjoy a cozy evening in front of the fire? But every year there are thousands of reported chimney fires. That's why I recommend CSL, the chimney sweeping log, for fireplaces and wood stoves. No matter what kind of wood you use, dangerous creosote can build up in your flue and catch fire. Burning just one CSL helps clean out your chimney by drying out those dangerous deposits. A clean flue uses less wood and saves you money. Look for the chimney sweep on the box.
CSL available at Kmart, Discount Drug, Medic, and Walgreens.
Since 1904, no matter what kind of car you're looking for, you can find it at your Spitzer Auto Store. And this week, every Spitzer Auto Store is holding their year-end clearance sale, offering you the biggest discounts of the year. So don't wait. Don't even hesitate. Take advantage of huge factory rebates and the biggest Spitzer discounts of the year. Only at your local Spitzer Auto Store.
Hey, I'm back. Tanchek here. All right, here we go. 42 degrees, Cleveland, 38 Lodi, and we are seeing some fog developing south and west of Cleveland. In fact, Hopkins just went down to 3-mile visibility. I think that will continue. The visibility will continue to drop as this warm front is moving through. But if you look at precision cast, not a whole lot of rain, at least with this first system. All right, the cold front of which, or cool front, however you want to put it, it's really not a cold front, comes through tomorrow morning. Just a few showers, what we're thinking right now, and then we could see some afternoon breaks tomorrow afternoon. Next system arrives later on in the weekend, and I'll give you all the details on that coming up a little bit later. Live from the Storm Center, meteorologist Jeff Tanchek, 19 Action News.
More rain is on the way. It's not over yet.
real careful.
Heavy rain pounding parts of Arizona. The water in a Sedona Creek rising more than 11 feet overnight, triggering hundreds of evacuations. Many homes swallowed up by the floodwaters. A 14-mile stretch of one road had to be shut down. It has happened again. Someone shined a blinding laser beam into the eyes of two commercial jet pilots trying to land. This time it's in Colorado Springs. One plane carrying passengers, the other cargo. Both planes did land safely despite the distraction. Cops believe it's a prank, but pilots are calling it dangerous.
It's a critical moment. If it's intense enough, you might not be able to see down the runway. It's a great deal of concern because you don't know what the light is.
Yeah, the incidents in Colorado, just like yesterday's in Cleveland. The FBI also investigating 3 others. Officials are concerned terrorists could be using lasers as weapons. In the past 4 days, 6 laser beams were directed into cockpits. The FBI is saying there is no evidence of a plot or terrorist activity.
Well, what about dog is my co-pilot? An Arkansas man watched his own truck driving through a store window. The man left his truck running in the parking lot. Bad idea. Dog in the back seat. The pooch jumped into the front seat, kicked the truck into gear. You know what happens. Nobody hurt, but get this, no citation. Not for the driver, not for the dog. After 4 long days trapped on the ice, a goose is waddling free tonight. Topeka, Kansas, the rescue a bit unusual. Officials filled a large hose with air. You getting this, Lena? In case this ever happens, you know, out your way. They tied ropes to the ends and dragged it across the pond. Of course, when it reached the bird, the hose gently dragged it to the shore. The goose not honking too badly, now getting care for a broken wing and foot. Dallas turning to a big brother technique to beat the crime in the area. Cops using surveillance cameras on the streets. Cameras all linked to the internet. Using computers, cops can rotate the cameras, even zoom in on suspicious activity. The new system meant to make everybody feel just a little safer.
Somebody's watching.
Yeah. Well, you know who's always watching.
Rick Abel, Airborne. Where are you?
Well, right now we're checking out 271 southbound down here towards Rockside and down towards Forbes and Broadway on the way down here. We were looking at Beechwood Mall. That parking lot's about 3/4 full. Looked like somebody's decided to spend a dreary afternoon at the mall. Not a bad idea. I'm Rick Abel, 19 Action News.
This one still has us shaking our heads. Coming up on 19 Action News First at 4, Martha must be having an identity crisis. She lost a prison Christmas decorating contest. Imagine. Find out what beat out her handmade paper burns.
Good news, the mayor claims crime is at an acceptable level, but not everyone believes so. I'm Shannon O'Brien, and I'll tell you why the streets of Cleveland might not be as safe as she says. New at 5.
You're watching 19 Action News.
You giggled at a silly yellow sponge, quaked at the approach of a conquering hero, and watched in wonder as a little boy learned to believe again. This holiday season, the biggest blockbuster isn't on the silver screen. It's the year-end celebration at your local Ford store. Get 0% financing or up to $6,000 cash back on the full line of Ford's best-selling cars, trucks, and SUVs. Now playing at your local Ford store.
If you lined up the millions who've discovered the amazing relief of Prilosec OTC, they'd stretch from San Francisco
to Times Square.
It's the #1 selling OTC heartburn medicine.
This is the big one. Used cars only $9.95. Used cars as low as $99 a month. No payments until June 2005 on used cars. Over 400 used vehicles must be liquidated. The Nora stores in Middlebury Heights, Tropical Medina, and Lodi have the year's biggest used car sale. Over 400 used cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. The Norris I-71 Connection is the only place to buy. This week only at the Norris Auto Group I-71 Connection, where selection, savings, and value are why you always get the best of us. It doesn't get much bigger than this.
28 million adults get migraines. Nearly 14 million get 2 or more a month. Their lives are disrupted. If you're one of them, you don't have to be just a statistic. You can help prevent migraines before they happen, so you can get fewer of them. Ask your doctor about daily prescription medicines for migraine prevention. You've got a lot to look forward to. More days without migraines. For more information, call 1-8777-migraine or visit formigraineprevention.com.
The results can change your life. Results from Hairline Clinic. Go ahead, take a look again.
Lease a brand new $33,000 Pontiac GTO with 350 horsepower for only $179 a month for 24 months. Huge savings on nearly 20 2004 Pontiacs and demos. Finance with GMAC and save $10 grand. All of our cars are clearly marked with our lowest price.
Now you're thinking smart with Quay Buick Pontiac.
All right, it's been a crazy year in Columbus, but Ohio State cleaned up in the Alamo Bowl, and LeBron taking an elbow to the eye. Ouch.
Yeah, 19 Action News sports anchor Chuck Galletti here now with the details. First at 4.
All right, I'm not a doctor, nor could I play one on TV, but here we go. LeBron has a broken maxillary sinus, basically a broken cheekbone. He busted up his face. The good news, he should play Monday in Charlotte. Now, he'll be fitted with a protective mask, something like this one. Now, we thought of all the possibilities for a young man who turns 20 today. Of course, think of the money he could make. This could be the world's most famous mask. Obviously, everybody would think Nike could sponsor, you get about $10 million there. Then if you want to get charitable, how about, you know, maybe the Red Cross? They could use a little boost there. Or if you want to get political, vote Jane, you know, maybe help her out a bit. And of course, we would appreciate the plug here, but, you know, it'd only be fitting, I guess. I mean, come on, throw a little our way, LeBron. Now, Cleveland's second biggest star won't turn 20 until next April, but Teddy Terrific, no doubt, will be the top sophomore in college football next season. How about the former Glenville star here? Break and tackle after tackle. Then he cuts right on the screen pass. This is what makes legends. Ginn broke 5 tackles, scampers all the way inside the 10. He was even playing quarterback at times in the second half. Here he takes it in the shotgun, makes it 30-0. Ginn finished with 6 catches for 78 yards, another 40 yards rushing. Ohio State just embarrassed Okie State 33-7. Also in the game, Mike Nugent's 4 field goals and 3 extra points gave him 356 career points as a Buckeye, making him the all-time leading scorer past the old mark held by fullback Pete Johnson. So the Buckeyes seem to thrive in that controversy. They beat up on Michigan, and then they won their bowl game easy.
They played through it, as the coach used to say.
Very nice.
There you go.
All right. And Dimitri Dool Doppler, you know what was funny when Ginn was back there quarterbacking? Gee, I wonder what's going to happen. I mean, is he going to run?
You think?
All right, here we go, and we're dry. You see a little bit of rain there up to the north of us, and we're not going to see much with this system coming at us here tomorrow. But where are we going? Evening forecast. Temperatures going up as the warm front comes through. Could be a little bit of fog around early this evening and then turning windy later on. Speaking of wind, strong south wind. Temperatures well into the 50s. Will cool off a little bit Saturday as the front comes through. Comes back up as a warm front Sunday. We're just not going to get out of this warm pattern anytime soon. Better potential of rain, though, Sunday, and that could lead to a better chance for flooding. So you guys around the Chagrin River, look out later on this weekend.
All right. Thanks, Jeff.
All right.
Coming up on 19 Action News, first at 4, the latest hangover cure. Prickly pear cactus extract and activated charcoal.
It's not bad on the rocks with a twist. But first, here's Wendy with a look at what's new at 5.
If you say so, David. Not in my backyard. Neighbors fight against a cell phone tower.
A local city that says you've got to have a permit to build, but it doesn't. This is Paul Orlowski, and new at 5, what some are calling the city's cell phone dirty tricks.
I'm Jonathan Carter at Cleveland's Gund Arena, where the words are broken maxillary sinus and LeBron James. We didn't know what it was yesterday, but you can best believe we know what it is today, because we're talking about the king, baby. That's coming up at 5 on 19 Action News.
And tonight after 19 Action News at 11, David Letterman welcomes Jim Carrey and Ashanti. The Late Show tonight, immediately following 19 Action News.
You're watching 19 Action News.
This week on Millionaire.
Let's play.
When you're stumped.
Sometimes the easy questions are the hardest ones.
And you can't rely on the audience.
I'm going to ask the audience.
Or your best friend.
How sure are you?
But you really want the big money.
I'm going to $1 billion.
Why not switch the question?
Please randomly switch the question.
For even more chances to win.
It is a gamble, but I'm going to go for it.
This week on Millionaire.
Tonight at 7:30 on Cleveland's CBS 19.
It's Hyundai's year-end bonus event, where you can get up to $4,000 cash back or 0% APR on select models. Save big on the popular Elantra, winner of Strategic Vision's 2004 Total Quality Award. It's that dedication to quality that lets Hyundai offer America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles. So hurry and get your year-end bonus, up to $4,000 cash back or 0% APR through January 3rd at Hyundai. During Hyundai's year-end bonus event, get 0% APR for 60 months plus $500 cash back.
Hey, Lenny, look at this. It's one of those Eastern Onion telegram things.
Too bad her husband's not here to see this.
You don't have to be here to see it.
Why are you talking like that?
When you send an Eastern Onion singing telegram, we'll capture pictures of the unforgettable moment and use them to create your own private web page for you to view and share with others. It happens within minutes, so it's almost like you're there.
Lenny, you're scaring me.
Eastern-Onion.com. 25 years and it's still funny.
Are you threatened by garnishments, repossessions, foreclosures, lawsuits, or a utility disconnection? At Rouser & Associates, you can now start bankruptcy representation immediately, with many cases being filed with most attorney fees deferred. Now you can immediately put an end to creditor harassment. Don't wait any longer. Call now to see how bankruptcy can give you a fresh start. Call 1-888-8-HELP-US. Start bankruptcy immediately and put an end to creditor harassment.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Ready for Axelrod Pontiac?
Come to our Red Tag clearance sale. Our entire inventory is clearly marked with our lowest prices of the year. Brand new Grand Ams from $14,995 or take $7,200 off all remaining new GTOs. If you're in the market for a new car, you can't afford to miss this sale. We're at Brook Park and Pearl, just off I-480.
Are you ready? Ready for Axelrod Pontiac?
Your 19 Action News Storm Team forecast on 92.3 Extreme Radio.
Hey, welcome back. Thursday night, are you ready to fight some crime? Check out the primetime lineup tonight on Cleveland CBS 19. It kicks off at 8 o'clock with Cold Case. CSI follows at 9. Then it's Without a Trace. And don't forget about us, 19 Action News at 11. But right now, it's time for the buzz on 19 Action News. First at 4, Oscar winner Anthony Hopkins changing careers, and Sharon Osbourne gets the acting bug. But we begin with convicted kitchen queen Martha Stewart suffering an embarrassing defeat behind bars. Miss Martha, can you believe this? Lost a Christmas decorating contest at the federal prison in West Virginia. Unbelievable. The domestic diva made paper cranes to hang in the prison cafeteria. But Martha lost to another group of inmates who created an elaborate nativity scene. Yeah, apparently you don't have to be PC in the pokey. Sir Anthony Hopkins on the concert stage. The actor best known as Hannibal the Cannibal, now planning a musical career. Hopkins, a very talented pianist. He spent the last 8 months composing songs. Hopkins is hoping to lead an orchestra in the new year. Reality show matriarch Sharon Osbourne also heading into a new direction. The wife of foul-mouthed rocker Ozzy in talks to appear in a London stage production. It would be Sharon's first real acting job. Sources say she's ready. Hey, this one's kind of strange. Former James Bond star Sean Connery never buys shoes. The 74-year-old actor says a production company gave him 10 pairs of shoes for a movie years ago, and he keeps just wearing the same ones over and over again. Sir Sean says he doesn't understand why women are so obsessed with buying new shoes all the time. Yeah, he's confused just like every other man. There's your buzz, David.
Hey, by the way, Lena, did you see those hush puppies that Rick Abel has on today? Wow!
Yeah. Wearing these old flight boots, buddy. We're looking at a fire that has just been put out. This is in Garfield Heights near, I think, Warner Road, Garfield Heights. Looks like you had a fire in a bedroom in here. They've got it extinguished. All your interstate stuff is good. I'm Rick Abel, 19 Action News.
Thank you, Rick. New Year's Eve, of course, tomorrow night. A lot of you will probably be tipping back a few to ring in 2005 and find Fettel. But what about the day after? Now, a possible cure for that hangover. But you won't find this stuff in your medicine cabinet, I don't think. 19 Action News reporter Dawn Kendrick with the story.
If you've done too many of these, chances are you know the feeling, the one that hits you the next day like a Mack truck.
Have you ever had a hangover?
Once or twice.
It's terrible. My stomach's upset. I have a headache. You're just out of it. Can't really function or do anything the next day.
It's a horrible headache and sort of just an all-over foul feeling.
It's really not too bad if you just start drinking the next morning.
You just have to go out and kick the dog that bit you. You have to have a drink the next day and then you feel better.
If you prefer to leave the dog out of this, the hangover prevention formula is here. 2 little green pills taken on an empty stomach at least 3 hours before drinking alcohol are supposed to rescue your cocktail-soaked body from hangover hell. A mixture of vitamin B and an extract from the flower of the prickly pear cactus is supposed to prevent inflammation, headaches, dry mouth, and nausea caused by alcohol.
Apuntia ficus indica. This is the part of the cactus, actually the flower, and that substance is known to relax the stomach.
Seems a lot of publications are taking note, some dubbing it a hangover pill worth taking. But you know what they say, if it sounds too good to be true.
It's kind of like all those emails that I get all the time about, increasing length and Viagra for free. It's kind of suspicious.
You believe it?
No, not at all. I don't think there is a cure for hangovers.
I guess if it's homeopathic, I'd be willing to try it, but I would be skeptical for sure.
As with anything, it's important to read the small print. Look at this. Apparently, the hangover prevention formula does not prevent intoxication. And if you needed to be told that, then I've got a pill to sell you that prevents stupidity. You know what? Use your head. Be safe, and have a happy new year. I'm Dawn Kinder, 19 Action News.
Cactus, don't they make tequila out of that stuff? Well, you can get prickly pear extract at any health food store, but the best remedy, of course, don't drink too much. Know your limit and stay this side of it. 19 Action News at 5 starts right now.
Now at 5, the king goes down. LeBron James falls to the floor in a nasty collision. Doctors say the Cleveland Cavaliers star broke his left cheekbone.
20-second timeout. Last night as the 20-year-old clutched his face in pain. 19 Action News sports anchor Chuck Aletti here now with the latest. Chuck.
Well, I'll tell you this. I mean, the king, not to be dethroned, but he will be wearing a mask as the most recognizable figure in Cleveland. Has a fracture of the left cheekbone. Now, James lost consciousness for a brief second last night at the gun when 7'2" Dikembe Mutombo inadvertently hit him with an elbow late in the second quarter. And while he laid on the court in pain, you could hear a pin drop at the gun. But today, it wasn't the birthday present he was hoping for, a concussion and a broken maxillary sinus, broken face, cheekbone. But it could have been a lot worse. James now being fitted for a protective mask and could be back in action Monday night in Charlotte. Now, 19 Action News reporter Jonathan Carter live at the gun with a fan reaction. Jonathan, a lot of people scared last night. Yeah, they were, Chuck. You know something? When you hear the words broken maxillary sinus, even if it's your best friend, you probably just say, bummer, dude. But when it's LeBron James, Cavs fans said, ah! That was the reaction last night. Here at the gun, he suffered on the floor. His teammates suffered without him, and fans are saying, what now? No matter where we went today, whether it was a deli where folks just dined and dined, it was lunch talk and LeBron, or if it was a neighborhood barbershop like Diamond Cuts where you get opinions whether or not you ask for them, today the talk is King James and the team without him. Eventually.